What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our Let's Play here on the Bedrock edition. Now, I have obviously done the cactus around the rim of this mob farm, and that's taking care of the spiders getting up and over. By the time they reach the top of the cactus, they usually end up dying, so that's not an issue anymore. But I've run into numerous issues regarding the witches. Like, if I AFK for too long, the witches will sort of build up to about 4 or 5 of them. And initially I did just have the magma blocks there, and obviously they were drinking the fireproof potions, so they weren't dying from that. Then I tried putting cactus there, but when I put cactus there, I was noticing that like 50% of the drops were just getting sort of destroyed. So then I came up with a sort of combination of attempting to drown them while keeping them stuck on the magma blocks. So if we go over here without getting too hurt. So I've put some water here. Now the water itself has been actually put into the half slab block, so it's slowing down. But then I've been running into an issue where things are dying, because items are now floating to the top of water, that when they do die in the water by drowning, that their drops just end up floating. So as you can see, we've got a bunch of squid here just swimming in the water directly above, and this is what I mean about the drops. They'll just end up floating there to the point where they despawn. So I'm going to have to get rid of that, and I've been thinking about it. I've been kicking myself after I thought about it that I've changed this up about 9-10 times. And also, a quick note, do not walk on magma blocks in your armor, because it will absolutely and utterly destroy it. Now, I will show you what happened to the armor set that I've got currently. I usually take it off and take away all of my good tools and put them in a chest when I go AFK, just to avoid if anything happens, like when I am AFK, if I die somehow, that I won't lose everything. But as you can see, I barely managed to save our chest plate, our boots and our leggings. My helmet did get destroyed, and that is literally just from walking on the lava blocks themselves. So yeah, I didn't even walk on them that much. That was me first of all placing the cactus, and then again placing the half slabs to put the water in, and that just absolutely wrecked it. So I've got a load of materials still on me from where I've been trying different things. Have I got any food on me? Yes, I have. Now, I have done 2 quite lengthy AFK sessions. This is working out to be a passive mob farm 10 times more than it is a hostile one. So you've got this full chest of, it's like a lot of the raw meats. So you've got the pork chops, the raw beef and the raw muttons. We're getting loads of different colours of the walls. We're getting salmon, chicken, eggs, got some bones. We've got a few stacks of gunpowder. Got this chest here which is full. We've got some cactus that has been breaking off in the process. Let me see what else we got. Some more gunpowder, a bit of glowstone from the witches, and then we've got this one, and we've got some more raw fish, quite a lot of raw fish. We're getting quite a lot of bones because the fish are also dropping bones, the larger ones. And there's another stack of gunpowder. We're getting some ink sacks, which is pretty handy. And yeah, there's like over a full stack and a bit of cactus in there. Happy days. Now I don't want to go spending too long over here, so what I am just going to tell you what I'm going to do now after I've thought about it and after trying numerous different ways of killing them. I'm going to get rid of this entire end section here, and I'm just going to build a new killing chamber. I'm just going to drop them to their death, and I don't know why I didn't think of that in the beginning. It is going to take a little bit of work and a little bit of digging out, but in the end run I then don't have to worry about dealing with witches or spiders or anything. I will still keep the cactus up on the outer rim up here, so when spiders do spawn they still can't climb over. We do not... oh, really? I really didn't want that to go off, but yeah, so I'm going to crack on and I'm going to get this entire end section sort of taken away, and then dig a hole probably about the same sort of dimensions, so 4 wide all the way along, down by about 30 to 35 blocks should do it. And then I'm still going to have the magma blocks at the bottom for any of the zombies that manage to spawn with feather falling boots. Either that or I might just dig it down by 40 levels. It doesn't really make too much of a difference of how far I go down, because they're not going to despawn on their way down anyway. And yeah, so I'm going to crack on with that, and I'll bring you back once that's all done. And we're back, guys. Now, I've managed to dig out that entire area. It's actually a good 2 or 3 hours later, because it took me a while sorting out the new collection system, and even that's not been completely fully done. But my tools seriously need repairing, and so does my armor, so I actually have to head back to base soon, and it's quite a mission to get back there. But what is happening well now is the witches are falling to their death, so are the creepers and zombies, so the spawning's actually a lot quicker. The only thing I'm still having a little bit of issue with is the spiders, because they tend to climb back up the walls. But after a few attempts, they either die down below or they die on the cactus. But I can hop down here and show you how it's all going now. So if we take our swim. Now I dug it all the way down, I think it was about 30 or 35 levels down. So near enough everything drops down to their death, which is extremely handy. And we set up the same system with our hopper minecarts going back and forth. And then what happens is that it goes into the hopper line, which then gets fed into this dropper, which then basically sends the items up in probably the easiest item elevator that there ever was now. Now that items float in water, it is so simple to make item elevators. Now, if we can get a demonstration, hopefully something dies, which it just did, but did that even drop anything? Oh, and we missed it. Come on. Nope, nothing on that run. How about you? Nope. Come on, something, hurry up and die. Yeah, the spawns... Oh, there's a bit of salmon. The spawns tend to slow down when it comes to sunrise and sunset, because the light level gradually goes up or down at them points. And when the light level is in between, I think it's usually between light level 7 and 9, that neither hostile mobs nor animals will actually end up spawning. So it's usually at the point of sunset or sunrise that things don't tend to spawn, except for the squids and fish. So at the moment I do believe it's sunrise, which means that the hostile mob spawns will start slowing down, and then once they've completely stopped, you'll have a very brief period where nothing will spawn, and then passive mobs will start spawning. Because I believe that they need a light level of at least, I think it's like 9 or 10 on the surface block for them to be able to start spawning. But, oh, why am I swimming over there? I can actually show you what it looks like from up above. I almost killed myself about 3 or 4 times because I keep on forgetting that I've not got my armor on, because I don't want to end up completely wrecking what I've got left of it. And I haven't got feather falling, so ouch. Yeah, so it's got like about a 30 block drop, and as you can see, most of the stuff dies on impact, which is extremely quick and handy. And where it... Oh, stupid cactus. Where it comes up here is where we've got our... Let me use the right pick, otherwise I'll break that one. Basically, you've got the item elevator, which is at this point here. Now, I've put the source block just behind it in the direction that I want the items to flow. So then when it actually comes up, this is only one block of water. I didn't bother filling up the entire column. So the items will still flow up the water from down below, although the water is flowing downwards, which I didn't expect to happen. I was expecting to have to fill the entire thing. But it's extremely handy. I just placed one source block there. It's obviously flown down to the bottom where the dropper is, so then the items are travelling up in the water. Then when it reaches this point, because it's flowing water, it then flows over to the hopper, which is just over here connected to our line of double chests, which is what I actually want to work on today. Although it's taken me a long time just to get this killing system in place, but we are getting a lot of varied drops, and only 2 AFK sessions we've filled nearly 3 double chests full. Now, how much gunpowder altogether? We've got, what is it, about a stack and a half there. We've got nearly a stack there, and we've got nearly a couple of stacks there, so about 5 or 6 stacks of gunpowder, which ain't too bad. And hopefully what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to head back to base. I'm going to have to turn this entire thing off, because if you unload it and reload it by entering different dimensions, sometimes the hopper mine carts will just randomly stop on the track where they've been unloaded and then reloaded. Also, hopper clocks like this one here, they tend to just sort of get frozen and stuck in place. But if that did happen to the hopper clock, that's easy enough to fix. But with the hopper mine carts, trying to fix that is a major hassle, especially if they stop halfway along the track, because then you have to tear up all the magma blocks, give it a nudge, then try to find the magma blocks, because the hopper mine carts are probably going to pick them up. So I've got a little switch off thing here. Let me just wait for them both to land. There we go. So that should all be set in place now. Everything's sort of finished their run. And yeah, I'm going to head over to base. I'm going to go through our new villagers with the pure hope that one of them has a mending book. And then I'm going to head over to our zombie spawner to repair my tools and my armor. And then I'm probably going to have to return over here with a bunch of... Well, I think the only thing that I'm lacking over here to be able to do a storage sorting system is hoppers. So I'm going to have to raid my base to see if I can scrounge up the materials necessary to actually build a sort of storage system. So yeah, once I've got that all done, and hopefully I've got a new helmet and repaired up all of my armor and stuff, I'll bring you back. Okay guys, it's now actually a good day or so later. It took me a while to go back to all of the mending. I actually had to go through 3 batches of villagers before I got one with a mending book. So it took me, I think it was like a good 4 hours to be able to get my helmet back. Because, yeah, trying to get all of the books onto one book to then be able to put onto the helmet was a bit of a pain. It took like, I think it was the Fire Protection 4, then the Respiration 3, then the Aqua Affinity. I had managed to get a normal enchant with just Unbreaking on the helmet because I didn't have an Unbreaking villager. And then also the Mending book, so it took like 29 levels to put the book on the diamond helmet. But I've also got a pair of Elytra with Unbreaking 3 and Mending 1 on. I managed to finally get a villager with a Mending 2 book, so I bought a couple of them, combined them. And then we've got our decent Elytra, but we're going to give that a little play with afterwards. Now, I've already built a glass platform because my main aim here with the storage is to actually have the items funneled along the front section there and then along down here, up an item elevator into what should hopefully be a storage system. Now, we're only going to be storing the items that we get a ridiculous amount of, so we hop on down here and just see roughly how many chests we're actually going to need. So there's some items that we're getting like a lot of. So say, let me just get a pen and paper so then I can mark down exactly how many items it's going to be that we need storage for. We're going to need one for definitely the 1, 2, 3, the 4 types of meat. So let me count. That's 4 for the meat. We're going to need bones as well. We're also going to need arrows. What else are we getting? A lot of the rotten flesh. We're not getting so much string. White wool is definitely going to have to be one. Leather, probably, that we're getting a lot of. That's another one. I would say like gunpowder, but we're not getting extreme amounts of it, are we? No, we are getting... Actually, we better do one for the raw chicken as well. Then hot bones, got rotten flesh. Feathers will probably have to be another one. Anything else that we're getting insane amounts of? Getting quite a lot of the raw fish, but not so much that we're going to have to set up a whole separate storage for. Because we're also getting the raw salmon as well. And you know what? I'm going to do one for gunpowder as well anyway. So that's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going to have 12 chests in our sorting system. And then that will be... So we're going to have 13 along in total. Let me put our ender chest down here. And grab our utilities. I've been doing a lot of organising with our chests and whatnot as well. I also went out and grabbed a whole bunch of packed ice, and I got some normal ice and also got a stack of the blue ice, because it's only around about 500 blocks in that direction that you've got all the icebergs that have spawned. But if we grab our chests here and we just initially lay them out, and how many did I say that was? So 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's 12. I should just write down the number 12. I've got a load of ones on my page. There we go. So we're going to want 12 along here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And I must have already known that number because that's exactly how far I've actually done our platform for. Which is happy days there. Up down here we've got a full stack of our hoppers. Let's go on back up to here. Now I do not believe anything can spawn on hoppers or chests for that matter. So you want hoppers going into the back of all of these. And then we're going to want a bunch of glass. We're probably going to replace this glass with glowstone. But for the time being, do glass, and then we're going to have our filter lines facing into that block. And then our final chest is just going to be directly up. And then this is going to be our line coming in. So we need our water stream to come up to this hopper just here. And then that will filter through all of the others. I'm not sure if I should take it up one more and then have 2 double chests of storage for each item. Just in case. How many offers we got left? 27. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to have to make up some more chests. After I've got that lined in and I've got the redstone in behind these hoppers, I'll bring you back. And there's some skellies. Okay then guys, now I've been at this for a little bit and I've sort of tried my best to work out how hopefully the water streams are going to be going. So we're going to be redirecting it from over here. So where it's source blocks here, pushing it over to this hopper, we're just going to be moving the source block to over here to divert it this way. And then obviously because the source blocks are solid steel blocks of water now, they're no longer like a current, so it won't push you. I've had to indent each one to hopefully make the items go the right way. So this one should hopefully push the items over here, past this little gap. I'm not sure if they're going to get stuck on the signs or not. I've not tested any of this out. And then it should hopefully go up around here. We're going to have another source block up there, which will then bring the water down here. So what we'll actually do is we'll just start placing all of these in. I think I've got some ice up here that we can use rather than a bucket, although we've got water all around us, so I don't know why we're not just using a bucket. Yep, my mistake. A little bit of a wasted... Oh, come on, get down here. A bit of a wasted trip there, but let's see how all of these flow. That should just flow round to there, so then when it comes up to this section, the current that's now moving on that block should carry on moving. And then the same should go here. And I've stopped it directly at the corner, so then you won't have the issue of it bumping into the side, because this is a solid current running directly that way and not a current trying to run round. I'm hoping that that will fix that issue. And then we'll have that block there. We can then pick up this one we can then cover up that, break this, replace these with some packed ice just to get the momentum, and then place a solid block there. But oh yeah, I forgot what we've got to do here is that we actually need to place a block, put it so then it flows all the way over to there. Let's see where that dirt goes. It did make it around the corner fine, and it's made it up to that elevator point. And then to make the water go down, you just break that block. And that's how simple it is to make an item elevator. So we want to get around over to here. And hopefully this all works. I've got it running up to the first hopper up there. Now them items aren't being sorted obviously because they're not coming up yet. Now we're going to have to say put block there. And I didn't bring the water with me, but that is why we got our utility chest, which hasn't got water in. Have any of you got water? We've got some ice, there we go. Just so I don't forget, I'm going to put a stack of the ice in my utility chest. And then move you, bring you over, break you. That should then flow round to the first hopper. Excellent. Then we could break this. That should then flow down to the bottom, bringing up all of the dirt and items that are already there. Come on. The glass is a little bit glitchy. When you look at glass through other glass, it sort of like flickers. Sort of like Z fighting when two textures cross. Items coming. They are coming up because the water's flowing downwards. It's the reason how comes they're coming up so slowly. But what I'm hoping is that in the next update, when they bring in like the bubble streams, wow, that was like a whole chunk of items because you've got the items from our mob farm now coming up. So we've got some fish coming through as well. And it seems to all be making its way up pretty good now. And the reason that I wanted it all to be sorted up here is because I like the visual effect of watching items come up as you're AFK and just make sure that it's all still working fine and how it should be. But yeah, it looks like it's doing alright. Make sure these items are coming up alright. Yeah, it looks like it's all working fine. Doesn't look like any items are getting stuck anywhere either. Let's hop on down here. Nothing's getting stuck. And we are all good. We are actually going to have to go through all of them chests and throw them into the sorter. But that's going to be something that I do in between cuts. So I think what I want to do is actually build up a glass wall around the back of that and put like a half slab roof on top. And I actually want to move our nether portal up there as well, just so our AFK spot's easier to get to and from. I also eventually want to be able to turn off the minecart collection system on and off from up there, but that's going to be like quite a little... Well, it's going to not be a big project, but it's just going to be more time consuming than anything else, be able to get a signal all the way down there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tidy this all up, get the glass wall around the actual sorter, probably move our nether portal up there also. And because it's so close to where it is, you shouldn't have any issues with it linking up within the nether. But I'm going to keep an eye on this for the next 5 or 10 minutes or so and just make sure that no items are getting stuck when I do put the half slab roof on. So yeah, I guess I'll see you back in a sec. Okay, I think we are pretty much done now. I've moved the nether portal up here. Now what I've had to do is actually bring a half slab roof down, so this is too small for Endermen to actually teleport to, because where they're getting hit by water, they're automatically trying to teleport, and you've got to make sure that there's nowhere around here for them to teleport to that is surface adjacent. So I've had to do a sort of half slab roof on this. Now if you're wondering about the sort of auto storage thing that I'm using, it is the very, very standard one where there's about 500 tutorials out there for. We just hop over here and I'll give you a quick show. So basically you got your line of hoppers which comes in along the top there, feed into your very large chest which is unsorted. The second line of hoppers is this one here, which is your filter line. So as you can see, you fill it all up, and then the first slot you just fill with the item that you want filtered into that chest. It feeds to a redstone comparator, and then obviously when that item ticks above 41, it will then extend the signal, which will then send the signal to the redstone repeater, which will then turn off the redstone torch, which will in return unlock the hopper below for that item to then be fed through to the chest. So all of these have an overflow of 41. This is completely jam proof, so if this item stack does go to 64, what will happen is that the overflow will just feed to the overflow chest down here, so you won't have the issue of it jamming up in any way whatsoever, which is extremely good. And now I've managed to get myself completely stuck. And redstone dust is still definitely spawnable. I had 2 zombies actually spawn on here while I was building over here, just to take in consideration. So always make sure that you either light up or cover up your redstone, just to avoid mob spawns. I've also covered up all the hoppers with hearth slabs. A lot of people cover hoppers with the furnaces or droppers to avoid lag, but in this area there is absolutely nothing else apart from the farm itself which will cause any type of lag. And that is only 1 hopper clock and 2 hopper minecarts going back and forth. You got no real redstone apart from the dropper down below, which is the initial elevator. You've got no actual redstone mechanics working in the area apart from our storage system, so the hoppers there isn't going to be too much of an issue. And we can hop back down here. I'm quite happy to get this all out of the way and done with. Quite happy to have got our armor all sorted. And let me just try to remember what I was going to do. Is that I wanted to give an attempt of using the elytra. Now I've not used the elytra on Bedrock Edition like at all. I don't know why I'm going into that chest. Grab the gunpowder. I've not sorted out all the chests that are already down there, by the way. In case you're wondering how comes we've got so little gunpowder. I did bring some, I could have swore that, oh yeah, paper. So I swore that I brought sugarcane with me, but I changed it into paper to make some fireworks. Are you flight duration run? Run? 1. So, make quite a few actually. And we might as well give this a go, because I'm hoping to be able to use this quite a bit. And yeah, it works pretty much the exact same as console. Let's fly around the area. It's a little bit jittery, especially around the oceans, I'm assuming because everything's a little bit jittery around the oceans now, with just the amount of spawns there are in the area. But as you can see around this thing, like that thing's over 128 blocks away. You've got an area which is... Have you got anything over this direction? Yeah, you've got like a deserty biome over there, I think, or just a little island. But that's well over 128 blocks away. And I don't think you've got anything in this direction. So this farm is built directly above the islands I actually tore down initially, but they were very small islands. So if you wanted to build something like this in your world, just look for a very open ocean area, and it completely takes advantage of just the surface spawns. I'm quite happy to get this thing completely fully done and out of the way with. Hopefully we can land in our little area. Come on. Are we gonna die? Ouch. Come on. I'm sure that we can make it on a second run. Okay, let's get some height. And hopefully just glide in. Without too much speed. Oh, well, it was a little bit of a hard landing, but we did actually land, so yay. But I think that's going to do it for today's episode. We managed to get quite a lot done. I'm quite happy to get all of this area done and dusted out of the way with. In between episodes, I will more than likely sort out a redstone mechanism to be able to turn on and off the hopper minecarts from up here, and also turn on and off the hopper clock, so that way we can only just come through the nether portal, AFK here for the items that we need, and then shoot back off, fill up our shulker boxes with whatever we need. Everything's been put away. Yes, by the looks of it. I'm going to want to leave an ender chest here, but I'm going to want to keep one on me also. We're going to put our spare rockets into there. And then all of these I need to go through and sort out anyway. I need to sort out that. Yeah, I need to go through all of the chests in this area and sort out what I want to keep and what I just want to sling. But yep, once again, that's going to do it for me today. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Bye bye.